Enneacraft, Artmage, and even the awesome, cool Elfnote. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more awesome content. Is that Subspace Battle? Why, yes it is. So we have now reached a point that a deck like Enneacraft can actually play Subspace Battle because, I don't know if you guys know that or not, but a lot of these bigger ones all have a massively impressive stat line of 3k. Now you're probably going to be like, well, Robbie, you can't summon them. Wrong. These little guys can continuously be revealed to keep setting the fat chungus from the hand. So it just allows you to generate a huge field for really no reason whatsoever. I know, it's actually kind of ingenious just to see the power that a card like Subspace Battle just kind of gets in a deck like this. Now, you are noticing that this list was playing Harmonia. I think that this was a pretty decent tech choice for this list. All real things considered, I mean, the Harmonia's job is just to be able to control the opponent, just to, make sure that you get the job done, which is fine. You're also only playing one Vanity's Ruler. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like I want more of these, which typically is interesting. We're also only playing one of the new Expastia, and then, two Spia. Spider, pretty good. All right. Outside of that, things to take note here. Please play the Subspace Battle. You now have to play less field spells because of Reset just being an absolutely bonkers card. And, of course, we just get to play the spell card Soul Exchange because this deck does not really give a crap. All right, it's like, oh no, your opponent can inconvenience you, but at like the exact same time, it's, you can just now break apart their cards and just not really give a crap. So I do like this. This is very, very nice for being able to just handle some new problems for the deck. Next up is Artmage. Literally, I say this is Artmage, but like it's more Power Patron based. I can't really call it Power Patron because there's Artmage cards in here. That's kind of become the argument when you're naming these decks now. It's like if your deck is just all gas with the Power Patrons and you don't play any of the other themes, it no longer is those decks. It becomes a Power Patron straight. It's very annoying, but this is the world we now live in. So you aren't going to notice we are playing one Ginaldo, one Drapido, just for the little guys. We're also going to be playing the one Vidorium because, Terminus is a massively broken card for this strategy. Being able just to kind of toggle through a lot of the new powerhouse cards is genuinely a pretty good idea. We also do get to play the one Artmage Acropolis. This is going to help you kind of get through a lot of your big play lines. And you're also going to notice a lot of these Power Patron lists have been trying to build in Pendulum Treasure, but this card is, whatever piece of the pie you're going to need here, Pendulum Treasure automatically beams it into the extra deck face up, and you've established exactly, the extra little piece you're going to need. Also, that's a lot of super poly. We exist in a meta now where you kind of have to maximize on super polys in order to stand up against just kind of a lot of the meta right now. I don't necessarily like that this card has forced its way in as one of the biggest tech choices of the format, but I think it's just a symptom of the times. You have to play answers to, be able to do things. I also see we are doing Triple Book of Eclipse, which is good. I also see, a lot of good of the generic extra stuff that a deck like this is going to want to have. I think this is fine. I think you've got a good baseline to start here, and this should get you in on a decent play wave in order to, make a good deck. Next up here, we have Elfnote. Now, Elfnote Fiendsmith is still kind of the symptom of last format. When you're looking at, how do I convert my old strategy and bring it up to speed? Well, this is how, people. You evidently just slap, your small Elfnote or your small Fiendsmith package into your deck, and you're good to go. And what do I mean by a small package? One Engraver plus one Lacrima equals, Wave King Kaiser. That's the main reason why you're choosing to play this package, is because, you can get into Armades. Armades, you know, pumps on along. You eventually hit the good old Requiem. Then we can make the Necroquip and then warp on into, you know, the revive off of this, and we can just keep the Congo line going. It's also pretty good because this ends up netting you a draw depending on, you know, how your combo sets up. That's why people like the Necroquip Princess in a deck like this, because, hey, if I have to end up pitching something, I mean, it ends up just getting me a free draw one, which actually can draw you into a hand trap or an actual support card on the back end of the combo to actually help, you know, not die. Also, Regina has slotted in as an absolute 3-of in this deck. This card is such a broken card. Like, it was one of the last cards that this deck needed to really up the consistency for its strategy, and I think it's doing just an absolute good job at doing that. So I like that. I like that decently well. Outside of that, the Elfnote strategy, I mean, you're playing one Ginaldo, which is fine. I think in terms of the rest of what this deck is doing, you've also now been playing the Leelzebub instead of, you know, I really wish we could play Baron de Fleur, but, you know, honestly, I feel like this card at times is equally as good. Next up here, we have the Doomsies. Now, Doomsy is going to get Premature Burial here in the next week, which I assume is going to blow this deck wide open, because not only will you be able to get some very cheesy Reborn action back on the field, you're probably going to be seeing Retaliating Sea rotating out of the format, which I think will be nice. We live in a time right now where, I mean, yeah, you can still Retaliating Sea blast a Cool Tune player, and I mean, you can probably get some advantage off of this, but I just don't think that this is going to be, you know, as good. You've also got things like Dimension Shifter in here, but I mean, the real things that this deck got are, obviously, Jerpedo is so freaking good for this deck. Like, it's actually crazy good. You also notice, you know, we're only playing one Vidoldium. This is just to be able to fuel the Terminus. And, of course, this list is actually playing Droll and Lockbirds in the main deck, which is kind of strong. In terms of some side deck love, we're main decking one of the Doomsy Command, side decking the additional. And then, of course, in terms of side deck, I mean, Gamma Seals are going to be good. Your additional hand trap footing is going to be in here. And also, take note of the Solemn package. Solemns have been playing a pretty important role in a lot of these builds, and I do think that that's kind of nice. Also, we are playing Israfil in here. Israfil is definitely one of the cuter little tech options that we've kind of picked up, but it's just another way to get access to the bigger bodies, which is also kind of nice. Also, you can just slap this on something that did not activate its effect this turn. So, you know, a little extra access to things, but I do appreciate this. The Doomsy deck has been undergoing some pretty interesting evolutions as of late, and I actually like that this deck is really getting the chance to shine with that. Next up here, we have Sky Striker Mitsurg. Wow. Did we just go from, like, so much cool innovation just to kicking it back in, you know, the easy days? I mean, a little bit, honestly. You gotta remember, classic builds like this, you know, the old guard, as we're going to call it, is still very much pumping around in this format. You know, you didn't lose visions, you didn't lose any of these other, you know, cards, but your uphill battle with Cool Tune is going to be a little bit of an issue you're going to have to face. Obviously, this build is using, I would say, more of the Sky Striker base. Kind of ensure yourself that, you know, your board is going to be able to anchor in, and you're going to be able to, you know, control the play line, or at least, you know, try to OTK your opponent. Obviously, you've got all this key Sky Striker cards that you're going to need to allow this deck the opportunity to be able to smash through, but also, you know, the Mitsurugi stuff being more of that solid baseline here for you to do your thing. Obviously, I like this deck. I would still rather play pure Sky Striker, but once again, I mean, the fact that you can just deploy, you know, one monster bringing out, you know, multiples, this just gives you, if you really have to ritual summon off of them, I mean, like, you could, but I don't really think that's the point of the deck. It's good control, good disruption, with a built-in OTK that can just steal you the game. And that's exactly, you know, what we want to be seeing. So what do you guys think about these interesting decks so far of the meta. Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.